What's going on, LEGO fans? Welcome back. Alex here. In today's video, we are doing phase 7 of this rebuild process in this particular area of the city. A lot to show you, so we'll go ahead and get right on into it. First, you're going to notice this big gray wall right here. The facade, of course, are the large gray base plates. I threw these up right before I started this video, just kind of trying to imagine what this is all going to look like. I have some plans on what will be on that wall, but I'll reveal that in a later video. I'll go ahead and get started here below, which is the oil refinery. We'll start from here and just go to the end of the table, guys. The refinery, I thought it would be appropriate to have the crane here at the end of it. This would be a better spot for trucks to come up and load and unload from trains and so forth. So getting it away from the public road where I had in the last update, I think it works better there. The oil refinery remains mostly unchanged. I did just polish it off here towards the end where it meets the train station with these 1x2 dark gray tiles. And I put a fence around the oil refinery, a double layered fence with red lights for effect. And I didn't think it made sense to have this awesome fence and then a big opening here where the train track was. So I have the little gate here that will open and close for our freight trains. And what's great about it is if I forget that this gate is closed and I'm running a freight train, well, it'll break right on through, no problem, right? Good thinking. And I do have this little crossing here. I don't know, this isn't really going to be a high traffic area for pedestrians, but I thought it would be convenient to have it there as well. Next, we have the train station. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It's smaller than its predecessor, much smaller. Only has one train going through it instead of two, but making good use of the space that I had. I used a lot of these red chairs I had in storage for people to wait for the train. But as you can see, obviously the Horizon Express is a little bit too long for it. However, out of the 4 passenger cars, 3 are able to allow access to get in. So I thought that was still a pretty good size and still area for parking. See, all these little cars here do have some area for parking. So I thought, you know, it's good. I'm actually pretty happy with it. We still have the ticket counter here and shop as well. People can go in and out of. And also, before I move down the line, with the wall up right now, it really blocks a lot of light that was coming out from the underground train yard. And that's why I'm really happy that my wife Mindy approved the installation of these LED strip lights at the top, because that allows a lot of extra light here. Let me get the clicker here and just turn this off really quick and just show you how dark this is without that. So you can kind of see my shadow kind of blocking the other light from the hallway. So let me turn this back on. Yeah, makes a good difference. It's not beautifully lit, but it's definitely better than what it was before. All right, moving on down the line. One thing to note is the railroad crossings. I've created 4 areas for railroad crossings. One right there, here, and then 2 right here before people actually go into the underground area to the train yard. And I was looking all over for my train crossings, like where the heck are they? And I even looked at my previous video of what my city looked like before, because I'm like, I know I had them, where are they? And sure enough, I didn't have any railroad crossings before I rebuilt this. So I have 2 that I can make out of the pieces in storage, but I'm gonna have to figure something out or get some more pieces like these ramp elements here to make that possible. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. So, and also this crossing, I've never done an angled crossing like this before, so that's going to be new for me. I've seen it done before, and I've seen some beautiful ones done, so hopefully I can make mine somewhat nice like the ones that I've seen online. Okay, the seaports, they remain relatively unchanged. I couldn't find any leftover blue felt that matched this felt right here. So unfortunately, that's still gray, but relatively unchanged there. We go to this area at the end. Now, of course, there will be a wall right here, guys, a removable wall, just like you see here. I put the police station here, and I thought that was a good use of the space for it. I was playing around with all different areas to put this down, and that just seemed to work the best, especially with all the extra police vehicles that I had. It worked pretty well to have them over there, and they do have a little access area to cross the train tracks to get over there. All right, and also, just as you guys requested, I made sure I put some bumpers here at the end of the train. These are custom. They're not the ones that are like actually on the trains. I just made these up, and I don't know, they're pretty basic but effective. There you go. Yay. All right. So that looks nice and complete, right? Yes. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. Ready for the great reveal? Here we go. there it is. That's what I decided to go with. So obviously a lot of water is covered up now with this new change, right? So I have my old kind of mid-90s setup here with these old sets. I changed the configuration, oh my gosh, so many times, you guys, so many times. And this is what I felt the best with. Am I 100% awesome and cool with it? No, I think this will still continue to change and evolve. But the biggest problem was getting the Ninjago city and the gardens and the docks all to work with each other. I was trying to put them here in the middle, and I just couldn't find a good way or cohesive way to integrate them without them just kind of looking like an eyesore. So the best result that I had to this point was putting them here at the far corner, and I think it works okay. I mean, I don't know. Let me back up here a little bit, guys. Go a little further away. They're so large that they do still catch the eye. Right? Are they far back? Absolutely, yes, they are. But they're so big, but they're far away from the city. It's kind of like its own city. So here you have Minneapolis, and then you have Ninjago, right? So it works out okay. And of course, I did have a little bay here, right here, for smaller privately owned boats to come into. And I'm going to create a little drawbridge here. So I have this boardwalk here that will allow mostly just people, or smaller vehicles, delivery vehicles, such as that one there, will be able to access that. So I'll have to be creative on the drawbridge to allow our little fishing boats to access behind this. And of course, I'll clean this all up. I'm not going to keep the lighthouse here. That might be something that's going to have to go into storage due to the space. But yeah, all of it here. Here's the pavilion. The pavilion gets the very end corner of the city right here. So anyways, here's a great view of the infinite abyss of nothing on the edge of the city here. But yeah, that's what I'm going with for now. And I'll dress this all up and make this all nice. As you can see, I've got some cars added back in here as well. And so we look underneath here. See, it's getting sparse. A lot of trains. I got to get all the cargo ships. I don't know that all those cargo ships are going to fit. Some of those might have to be just left out, unfortunately, because I have used a lot of space with other things, mostly just to accommodate Ninjago City. Those great sets. Oh, awesome. Yeah, and the only thing that really stayed the same over here was the train yard, or the train engine shed. That stayed right where it was in the last update. So there you go. A little bit of area right here for our emergency boats. So we have the rescue base and the pier police remaining in here. And of course, I'll doll this all up and make this all clean and smooth on the transition from water to land. And I think that might be it. You know what? I think this is a good opportunity to give you guys a train ride around the new loop. Why not, right? Let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, hopefully that train ride didn't make you too sick, but it was fun to see it connect from the bottom to the top. So far, so good on that. And oh, you know what? The crocodile. I didn't mention the crocodile train. I wanted this in a more visible area. Now, when I say visible, I mean a place where the minifigures can enjoy looking at it. And right here, because it's on the other side of this train track and traffic going through here, it's not ideal. I just flapped it there for now because, well, you know, nothing else was there, so it made okay sense to do that. I might actually end up putting it up top. That's the next big project, is getting that configured. Oh boy, here we go. But yeah, that is the update. So let me know what you guys think of this area. I can't tell you how many times I reconfigured this, but I'm mostly happy with this layout. And there was a lot of different configurations we worked with here, but this is the one that made the most sense. Don't think I'm going to fit all of my boats back in here. There's a lot of boats, cargo ships especially, a lot of small privately owned boats that will probably just have to go into storage. And here's the remaining vehicles that I got to get out of the way so our pirate ships can get some elbow room going on again. So, you know, it's also kind of funny when I look at the where the Ninjago City Gardens and the docks meet, there's a bit of a crack there, and that's just because my table is actually bending a little bit because of the weight of this guy. Look at this. So it's not so much that it's bugging me that I'm going to rebuild the table, but it's just something I noticed because of it being at the very, very edge and it being so darn heavy. That was just the case. All right, guys, that's it. Oh, and also I have so far resisted temptation to cut a plate in half, a row plate in half. So if I did, it would go there. And you know what? I'm okay. There's a lot of people who had opinions on that, going, go ahead, do it. It's great. And other people said, no, don't do it. So far, I just have this 16 by 32 gray base plate just kind of acting as a row plate there. All right, guys, that is it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully Phase 8 comes sooner than later. Until then, you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.